Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on our video today where we're going to be seeing three pairs of words that cause confusion very often, not just when we say them, but also when we write them down. In fact, more so when we use them in writing. Let's take a look at these most commonly confused pairs of words in English. The first set of words that we look at will be lose and loose. In these two words, there's only a very slight difference in pronunciation. L-O-S-E has a Z sound pronunciation. Z, that kind of noise. Z is what is created when we pronounce this word. It would be lose. The meaning, of course, is not winning. That is when you lose in a match or in an event or anything or in a competition. So the example sentence would be, he will lose the match. The next word that we usually confuse it with is L-O-O-S-E, loose. Here it is the S sound. The previous one had a Z sound. This is an S sound. The meaning, of course, is when something is not tight or when something is free to move. Example, the shoelace is loose. So if you see the difference between two words, the first one was lose, which means not winning something. He will lose the match. And the next one is loose, the S sound, which means that something is not tight. Let's look at the next two words. The next two words here are brought and bought. These two words cause confusion because they are like twins that are not quite identical, and yet we look at them twice to be sure. The meaning, of course, is also related to past tense. Both these words talk about past tense. The first word is brought, B-R-O-U-G-H-T, which is the past tense of the word to bring. The action of bringing something, the past tense of that is brought. The meaning is to carry someone or something to a place or a person. Example, he brought the baskets to the sales counter from the stockyard. If you see, this word is talking about action of bringing something. The next word which we confuse it with is bought, which is the past tense of buying something, to buy. To buy something, the past tense of that becomes bought. Example, she bought a cake from the bakery. When you pay for something and buy it, it's called, the past tense of that becomes bought, whereas brought means the past tense of bringing something. Okay, so the last pair that we'll look at for this video would be has and as. This confusion usually arises when we have to write it down in a sentence. More than when you talk, I think the confusion is very common when we have to actually write it down in a sentence. So the word H-A-S, this word has the pronunciation of her sound. H, her, starts with her sound, so it's has. And it has two meanings or two usages where it's commonly used in a sentence. For example, for telling about possession. When you own something, when you have something, it's called, you use the word has. Example, she has a green dress. Another one would be as the past of a particular action. For example, my mom has given me toys. So the action of giving something, when you use the past participle version, it is used in the form of the word has. The next one that we confuse it with is as, A-S. No H sound, as. And this word is used very commonly for comparison. Example, he is as strong as a lion. So you're comparing two things, so you would use the word as. The other one would be to mention about two things in addition. For example, I have a purse as well as a clutch. I work at an office as well as I do charity for an organization. So like that, as would be used either for comparison or when you're trying to use or talk about two things in addition. So the difference is has talks about possession of something or it's the past of an action and has the her sound, which is H-A-S, has. Whereas as, A-S, is the as sound and could be used for comparison, comparing two things, or when you're talking about two things in addition. I have a purse and a clutch. Like that. So instead of and, you would probably use as well as. So that's all that we learned in our video today, most commonly confused words. Thank you very much for watching. Do like, share and subscribe. Also click on the bell icon for notifications. Thank you.